who don't know me, my name is Ryan Ralston. I'm the Executive Director of Peachtree NORML. Peachtree NORML is a statewide affiliate for NORML. We're a national chartered organization here in the state, the National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws. And I'd like to start with the premise that the law's been settled. We're not here to argue whether or not Delta-8 is or is not legal. The law has been settled. It applies. Delta-8 is lawful. However, my argument is this, and I wish the sheriff were here tonight, is that I believe his actions, the actions that he's taken against a peaceful people, are unlawful. Currently, Georgia has one of the highest incarceration rates in the nation and in the world. 968 per 100,000 persons in Georgia sit in jail, an immigration detention center, Department of Juvenile Justice facility, or a state prison. That is unacceptable. And Sheriff Sisk is part of that problem. Currently, there are roughly 66,000 citizens in Catoosa County. I am not one of them. 1 in every 20 citizens in Catoosa County has a chance of becoming a victim of a crime. How many people in here live in Catoosa County? So, you and your wife are potential victim just by living in this county. Catoosa County has about a 15% crime rate in theft and a 1% crime rate for drug-related offenses. And I want to go back to that in a minute. In 2017, Catoosa County Sheriff's Office reported to the GBI the following stats. There were 12 rapes, there were 18 robberies, 118 assaults against persons, 265 burglaries, that would include residential burglaries and commercial burglaries, 1,225 thefts, or just what they're going to call a larceny, and 160 vehicles were reported stolen. The sheriff and his office stopped reporting to UCR and the GBI between 2018 and picked back up in 2019. And during that time frame, crime throughout Catoosa County mirrored the increasing crime rate that we saw throughout the state of Georgia and throughout our nation. In 2020, there were 98 violent crime incidents here in Catoosa County, 98. 73 occurred in a home, 13 occurred on a highway or a street, a stranger on stranger, 6 occurred in the woods, 3 occurred inside a convenience store, and 2 violent crimes occurred inside the sheriff's own jail. Catoosa County is not the exception for the increased crime rate that we're seeing throughout our nation. As a matter of fact, even under Sheriff Sisk's command, Catoosa County's crime rate is 3% above the national average. 3%. Over the past decade, Catoosa County averages about 3,600 arrests annually. 3,600 of its citizens are arrested each year by the Catoosa County Sheriff. The majority of those arrests are comprised of DUI, simple assault, and theft. So let's exclude DUI for one moment. Okay, let's exclude DUI for one moment because I don't know if those DUIs were reported as a result of a motor vehicle accident where somebody was harmed, or maybe it was just simply a DUI arrest, somebody was driving under the influence of alcohol and there was no identified victim. But what I really want to talk about is that the majority of the arrests over the past 10 years have occurred for simple assault where there's an identified victim. Someone has been harmed by another human being, or a theft, someone's property is stolen as a result. If you talk about or look at if you look at the crime rate here in Catoosa County, 36% of all other counties in Georgia are safer than Catoosa County right now. 36% of other counties throughout our state are safer than Catoosa County. And yet, Sheriff Sisk insists on criminalizing or over-criminalizing his citizens who are doing nothing more than engaging in lawful business. Let me repeat that for one second. He is intentionally trying to criminalize a peaceful people for doing nothing more than engaging in lawful business. Who is the criminal? Who is the criminal? Before Sheriff Sisk starts pointing his tyrannical finger at other people's, my suggestion is that he takes care of those within his own house.
Well,
The citizens of Catoosa County, Georgia are no safer under Sheriff Sisk than if I were the sheriff.
It would probably be safer with you, Ryan. Let's be real.
I assure you, I am not the sheriff of Catoosa County.
Because I want to be the chief deputy.
But if I were the sheriff of Catoosa County, I know where I would be placing my resources and the taxpayer-funded resources that I'm providing, and it would not be directed at people like Leanne and her business next door. There are identified victims, there are identified citizens here in Catoosa County who are being harmed year after year after year. These crimes take years to solve. Sheriff Sisk is behind the 8 ball consistently because his crime rate is 3 times higher than the national average, which means his taxpayer-funded resources are not going to solving crimes, but yet he has access to this money that he's going to come out and he's going to try to over-criminalize or criminalize someone like Leanne and her husband for running the shop next door for selling lawful products. Now's the time to take a stand against tyranny, and this is what we're all here for. And I know I'm preaching to the choir.
come on, get a church, go to preach.
We need all these
Just gonna
different
clarify
voices,
this.
because it pulls
We're
it all
friends.
together.
And she's my manager.
So,
Her husband is currently sitting next door watching
Yes,
this going
yes.
like, okay.
yeah, I'm just pointing back there because she's there. There's no assumption that you're her husband because I met her husband a few minutes ago. You can't forget the beard. So, employee, blue hair, husband, big burly dude with a long beard. Manager, owner, yes, yes,
Remember
yes.
what
Okay,
I
so
said,
I'm
what I
all
said
mixed up
about
now.
the
So,
targeted violence against
it happens.
and the low
I'm not
priority
from
marijuana
Catoosa.
enforcement station?
It's, you know,
She's told me to report
I'm just
incidents
putting
of
that out
targeted
there,
violence based
I'm
on
not from
political
Catoosa
beliefs,
County,
sexual
although I do
orientation,
have
whatever.
relatives that live in Chickamauga. And Miss Teresa, yes, they are
Hey,
moonshine.
I need to hold on to that one. I'll let you take a picture of it though.
Yes, let me get a picture.
So I don't want to take up too much time. I do want to thank Teresa and thank Lee